Was that lightning? Uranus, the planet of high voltage and electrical shocks, is stationing retrograde on August 24th. This planet is also associated with rebellion and freedom and surprises, like lightning just kind of jolts us awake. It's also the sound of shattering glass. It is startling, and it's also energizing. The thing with Uranus is that it's here to move stagnant energy. So Uranus is going to be stationing at 18 degrees and 55 minutes of Taurus. So especially if you have any planets around this degree of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, you are going to be feeling this the most. And it is your season, fixed signs. You have been getting the eclipses, the Saturn-Uranus square, all the fun stuff. And I've said it before, but my theory is because fixed energy is the most solid, it is the most immovable, it is the most reliable, but it is time to make some changes, folks. So this energy is here to stir the pot a little bit. You know, sometimes, especially if you have a lot of fixed, there can be a lot of resistance to change. Now, granted, that's what makes you the most loyal and dependable of all, but it's also what makes you hold on a little bit too long sometimes. So this energy is here to stir the pot. It's here to shake it up. It's here to agitate and excite and invite innovation, basically. So that's what's going on. For the rest of us and for all of us, we may be feeling this. We tend to feel these planetary stations a few days leading up to August 24th here and a few days after. So we will all potentially be feeling a little bit extra voltage running through our system, our nervous system. So what does that mean? It means that people are going to be on edge. It means that people are going to be like a bottle under content, like content under pressure. It ready to explode. And so there can be like this pent up energy that Uranus can create. Now we have two choices. We hold it because we don't know where to direct it. That can produce anxiousness. That can keep us up. That can make us on edge. Or we release it. And the challenge is to channel that release. Sometimes, and you'll see this out in the world, there's going to be explosions of energy. People will be popping off. And, you know, here in the United States, that doesn't make me feel the most secure. Just knowing that tensions are really high. I'm recording this after a weekend where Mars conjoined Algol, and we saw a lot of retaliation, presumably in response to the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago. We saw a man run his car into the Capitol barricade and then shoot a bunch of bullets in the air and then shoot himself. We saw someone enter the FBI building in Cincinnati with a staple gun. That did not end so well for that person. So we've been seeing stuff like that with tensions high. And knowing that we have seen an insurrection at the Capitol, this, Uranus stationing retrograde, that does tend to stir this rebellion, revolutionary energy. And journalists are already speculating of what is going to snowball from this. This is one that we want to watch then, this Uranus station, because Uranus also isn't just stationing in a vacuum. It's going to be stationing in a T-square with Saturn and Venus and the nodes. So we'll be talking more about that in our Venus video. But just know that this energy is contents under pressure. So there will be people who are feeling it. Maybe you're feeling it. The choice is to sit there and feel like the tension, or we have to do something. The challenge will be to how we move that energy, because it can be very spontaneous here. It's like lightning. It's an act where we just need to release it. And sometimes we want to do something radical or rebellious. And maybe that is in some sort of broader statement, but maybe it's also in our lives. Maybe there's something that we do that shocks people, something that's a little unexpected, something that is liberating in our personal lives. So that's what's going on. I think Uranus invites us to take that big, brave leap. Uranus in Taurus. This has been going on in our Taurus house. So look at where your Taurus house is. That's where the shakeup and excitement is coming in. This planet's been moving through here since about 2017. So we're sort of accustomed to this energy, but we are experiencing sort of a crescendo of it based on these configurations that I've named, as well as the eclipses. So the eclipses are bringing new awareness to this area. So Uranus is just going to hit a little differently. Taurus is one of the most steady and most stable fixtures in our life. So it represents things like food, which we've been seeing prices fluctuating. It represents things like gas, this is an energy resource. It represents money. We've been seeing inflation. So we've been seeing those extremes based on the nodes there more than anything else. It's bringing changes to some of the most steady fixtures in our lives. My advice for Uranus and Taurus is, this is where Taurus is where we want to be comfortable, where we want things to be stable, secure, and dependable. Sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone in order to create a new one that fits us more in this evolutionary stage in our path. So I'll say that again. Sometimes you have to make a big, brave change in order to find out how you could possibly be even more comfortable at this stage of your life. So that's my advice for this transit. And trust me, we're going to make it through. And that was your Uranus station astrology shot of the day. I'll catch you later. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. Foundations of Astrology relaunches on September 7th. You can find out more information about this 11-week course on my website, katherineurban.com. Also, you know where to find me on all platforms at AstroKatherine.